We rely on our two eyes to provide accurate depth information about the world around us. Closing one eye, we are left with what is called monocular vision. Monocular vision can limit depth cues, and as a result, we're led to misleading conclusions about what we are seeing. A camera that, in essence, views the world with one eye can produce some rather interesting interpretations of reality, as you will see.
Perhaps our favorite illusion was this one. We went out into Diane's backyard and we held little stuffed animals that were the same but different sizes, and we wore ears that were the same but different sizes, and we stood at different distances. So from the camera's point of view, the ears and the bunnies appeared the same size, and your brain interprets the ears and the bunnies are the same size, but we are different sizes, which is kind of a remarkable forced perspective illusion. And after this, we went back into the house and worked with some of the amazing things from Chris's collection of optical illusions that depend upon the monocular vision. So Chris, tell us about this little device.
Yeah, it's called an Ames room.
Is this from Ames, Iowa?
Not Ames, Iowa.
It's not Ames, Iowa?
No.
Where is it from?
Cognitive psychologist who designed this rather strange room. As you can see.
Well, I think what it looks like, I got two windows that are exactly the same size, but I got two little pudgy penguins. I got a short one and I got a tall one.
But Brian, I think it's a little different.
Wait a minute, because when we bought those were the same size.
And the tiles, they're normal, aren't they?
The tiles, I mean, they look normal in the video for sure.
Huh.
So you're saying it's a different view if we look from a different perspective?
I think that may be the case. Should we try something?
Right now we're looking at the porthole to the front. Let's look through the top and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my!
See what I'm talking about?
Oh my goodness, look at that. Everything's all askew.
Huh. Look at the windows are different size.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the windows, and they're not squares. They're
not
diamonds.
Yeah, they're diamonds now.
But when you look through the porthole on the front then.
Oh, you lose binocular vision.
Oh, let's come in close. We're just looking through that. Oh, and so your brain is used to seeing square windows. And so your brain says, yeah, those are square windows. And so clearly this corner back here is going to appear smaller than this corner up here. I got my giant finger and I got my little tiny finger. Oh yeah.
You know what I think, Brian? That this corner, the height is twice the height of this corner.
Really, it's doubled. So if I take this little penguin out.
Okay.
Take out this little chubby penguin. And if I take this penguin and move it, it should appear like it's getting bigger, because now I've taken it and I've moved it straight along the side. Oh my gosh, yeah, there it goes. And now it's in a new perspective.
But wait a minute. That didn't really change size, did it?
No, but it looks like it did on the video.
You know, the weird part is that we're so convinced that rooms are rectangular that we'd rather give up the notion that people shrink and grow.
Oh my gosh, you're right. So, and that's kind of the theme of what we're talking about today.
Yeah, we see what we believe.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Well, let's do some more.
Okay.
We're on.
So next, we had a little demonstration, and I'm going to start by just using this little tennis racket thing here. It's actually an insect swatter. I'm going to rotate it one way, rotate it back, rotate it one way, rotate it back. But this gets tedious a little bit. Now, Chris, you have a device which does that back and forth rotation, right?
I do, Brian. I've got a little motor here that changes direction.
Oh yeah, look at it.
Yeah,
so back and forth.
It goes back and forth. Goes one way and then the other, just like with your paddle, right?
Mm-hmm. Just like with the paddle. But wait a minute.
Well, see, but wait a minute. This little motor is not that complex. It doesn't change direction. It's a regular little motor, and it's turning the same way all the time.
Should we show everybody what it's actually doing?
We should.
So let's keep it spinning.
Okay.
Keep it spinning.
Oh, I know what you're going to do.
If we tip that.
I know.
Oh. Hang on. Lost
It's
it.
a bad connection. Let's try it again.
There we go. Want to tip it forward?
Let's see if I can.
So clearly just rotating. But then when you tip it backwards so that it's as you had it originally, and now your monocular vision kind of gives you kind of a false view of the situation. We know it's actually going in a circle, but there's another piece, there's another perceptual piece going on. You were explaining to me before. It has to do with the size of the two sides of the window.
Yeah, the two sides of the window, this larger size always appears to be in front because our vision, our experiences, large things are closer than small things.
Right.
And then on top of that, we expect to see a rectangular window. We've never seen a window like this before.
No.
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
And so when you look at this, you just expect it to be rectangular. But then that leads to this illusion.
Awesome. And that's the theme today.
That is today's theme.
All right, and so Chris, we got a couple little face masks here. We were at the party store yesterday and stocked up on kind of like party supplies. But these face masks do a really interesting illusion. And I'm going to ask Diane, who's doing our camera work, to move side to side. And I want you to watch what the faces do. Oh, yes.
Creepy.
Oh, yes. Oh, creepy, Diane says. And I'm gonna say, yeah, I saw this illusion. In fact, very, very creepy. Very, very creepy. Oh yeah. One more time, I think, just to get that effect.
I don't know what's going on. Brian, why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing maniacally just because. Now should we do a reveal and show the people? There's a difference between these two masks. If we both tip them forward, so let's go ahead and take these and tip them forward so people can see the difference between our two masks. Oh yeah. And mine, you can see, mine is sticking out towards the camera, but yours,
Look at that.
it's sticking in.
But Diane probably saw the both faces as identical.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not used to seeing faces that stick in. We're very used to seeing faces that stick out. So Chris,
We have never seen a face like this. I haven't.
I haven't.
So again, expectation plays a role. We expect to see a convex face, a face that comes out, and that's exactly what we see.
And then the other thing is, you light this one from below. There's a little light bulb down there.
That's important.
Oh yeah, to get that illusion. And mine gets lit from above. But there's another piece of the puzzle too. Not only does the face look like it comes out, because of the way your brain processes the shadows, when the camera moves to the side.
Shadows are key in this illusion.
Absolutely. And when Diane moves to the side, it looks like this face is turning to face you. Oh yeah.
Hello, Diane. Hello, Diane.
Creepy.
Following you.
Awesome.
Following you.
And we have a couple of other ways to do this illusion, right?
We have some really great ways to show this illusion.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, so these are two commercial products that use the same illusion. And this one is a little sphinx. It's got a little light bulb underneath. This is from Chris's collection of awesomeness. And if I take this and rotate it back and forth, you can see the movement of the head. I'm getting the same illusion because the head is going in. And Chris has got a little folded paper thing.
Yeah, this is just paper, a little paper dragon or whatever. And I think, Brian, if I rotate this, we get the same effect.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because it's again, the face is sticking in and we want it to be sticking out. So it's not just human faces. It's also dragons.
Yeah, right. It still works for dragons.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, the illumination is from below. Yes.
Illumination from below. And if the camera goes back and forth, if Diane moves that camera back and forth, oh yeah. The faces turn to follow the camera. So we get the same, you can either turn them or you can move your point of view. And if you wanted someone to do this in real life rather than just on video,
they could just buy an inexpensive mask.
You could buy an inexpensive mask and make a thing like this. And if you want to recreate the illusion, the camera's only got one eye. Now the camera's only got one eye and you have two, so certain illusions rely on that. But what the camera's eye can do is take images a lot more quicker than yours can. You have something called persistence of vision and the camera really doesn't. And so as a consequence, for things that happen very, very quickly, the camera is able to see things that you cannot. So let's take a look at that. So this is just a regular fluorescent light bulb, and inside here there's some mercury vapor. And then there's some phosphors on the inside of the glass that absorb some of the ultraviolet light being given off by the mercury vapor. And then they glow. And Chris, you've got a different kind of bulb.
Well, in a way, it's like your tube without the phosphorus.
Oh, no phosphorus, so it's just the mercury
This
vapor.
is just a mercury tube. So this light that you're seeing is actually inside of that tube,
Okay.
but it's obscured by the phosphorus.
And this is kind of bluish,
Kind of bluish.
whereas this has got a little bit of a yellow cast.
Yes, it does.
So if I wanted to take that light and I wanted to turn it into something that was closer to white, maybe with a little bit of a yellow cast, I want to add some red to it.
Yeah,
And I think that's what the phosphor is doing.
I think so. We got too much blue here.
Too much blue. And we can show that if we slow it down, and that's where the camera's eye. We're going to do a slow motion video and show the two light sources. And this light source over here that Chris has got, and if you look at it, you can see it's just on and then it's off, and it's on and then it's off, because our electricity is AC, and it's actually turning on and off 60 times a second.
You know, Brian, you can see a little flicker at the filament, just a little bit.
A little bit of a flicker.
But I think with the camera, it'll make it a lot more apparent.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. And then over here, we have a bulb that the mercury vapor inside is flickering on and off 60 times a second, but the phosphor keeps glowing. So we see light that is white, and then we see light that's a little bit reddish after that. And this is actually happening. This is really what the light bulbs are doing. This one's really flickering on and off, and this one is really shining white and then shining red. We can't see it.
So you're telling me that those different colors are appearing,
It's really appearing.
but they're not apparent to our
not apparent
naked
to
eye.
our eyes. We can't see them, but the camera can.
Oh, the camera will reveal it.
The
Okay.
camera reveals it.
Brian and I hope you've enjoyed our short program on visual illusions.
And I want to say thanks to somebody who was behind the camera this time. Diane, join us, please. Oh, yes.
Hi, Diane.
Couldn't have done this. This was a technically sophisticated one for the camera person.
She's
So
amazing.
Thanks to Diane for making it all happen.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to you for watching.
Oh.